Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. And for you guys who is new, welcome. And it's all about me being a clown, but sometimes I go to restaurants and food outlets to test and try some food that I can share the quality of it or the taste of it and the quality of it. But today I'm going to share with you guys how to put on a clown makeup. Simple but effective, especially for heavy sweaters like me. I sweat a lot, even though after being 17 years in this business, clowning I mean, the secret to reducing sweatness is to control your breathing. I found out that when I breathe, when I take long breath and with a steady rhythm, even though I'm doing the balloon sculptures giveaway, I have to do it fast. Used to be like before, I was hyperventilating, and I find out that I sweat a lot by doing that because I panic. Panic makes us sweat a lot. So right, back to the tutorial of today, how to put on a simple clown makeup so that I can feel comfortable and you guys can also feel comfortable while doing our clowning. Like usually it's like 3 hours straight before we have our rest, or like today I'm going to take just one session, 3 hours, and that's it. So firstly, right, about our hair. As you can see, I have a big hairline because I'm aging, but for you guys, you better keep your hair out of your face so that it's easier for you to put on your makeup, right, without staining your hair with the foundation and sorts. Right, as you can see, I've combed back my hair, and then you take your something like a hat. For instance, I have we call this a topia. It's a fusion between a hat and the Islamic hat that we wear when we go for prayer. So when we put this on, and then we pull it back right until the start of our hairline, like right there, right, so that when we put on our makeup, then it will not stain our hair, right? For me, myself, I have to put it up there because my hairline is basically half of my head already because I'm 53. Next, you got to make sure that the skin of your face is clean. So you take a wet tissue, right, and then you got to really like cleanse your face with it, like so that you can you are preparing your face to be used as a canvas for you to draw your makeup on, right? And yeah, some of the clowns, my clown friends, they have beard here because it's kind of a good bonus as a Muslim to keep your beard. But for me, maybe later on, because I feel confident when I put on my beard later on in my life. Even though I'm not young, I'm 53, which basically what's the title of today will also explain. I have a very heavy, sweaty and oily face. So for you guys who has the same issue, use the tissue. Alright, after you have deeply cleansed as deeply as you can with your wet tissue, you take a toilet roll. Okay, toilet roll is very tough and a little bit everlasting for you to wipe away all of the extra moist from your face, and then your face is already clear. So now, before we put on our foundation, we have to put on our lip gloss because you see my lips are dry, so we have to put it on. Firstly, to make me look a little bit younger, youthful, a little bit youthful, and then also to scare less for the children. How to say that, so that I will not scare too much to all of the children. See? Alright, then only you will take your foundation. For me is this, the C code, right? Right, down there it says W1 Power Mate Liquid Foundation. Okay, you can Google this. Right? And then you can find this anywhere in pharmacies and also facial care centers. So what you do is you take this sponge, which is old and yucky. I know it is, but it's clean. Yeah, but if yours is new, it won't look like this, right? And then you just squeeze on this liquid foundation about 1 inch long, like so, and then you take a piece of plastic. In my case, this is the Silky Girl No Sebum blotting pad, right? So I need the top part of it, top surface, and then what I do is I dab this onto the smooth and flat plastic surface to make sure that all of the liquid foundation sticks to the what you call it, sponge, a makeup sponge, right? So that, see, it's all here. This only helps in distributing evenly the liquid foundation onto this sponge. And then what you do is you start with your forehead. Okay, don't press too hard because we need the balance of the liquid foundation on your sponge evenly, right? Okay, right, you just pound it up like this, just push it against your skin confidently, and putting on your liquid foundation is important, especially if you are already aging like me, 53 years old, and we have a lot of I have a lot of these pimple scars that has created holes on my face. So that, I mean, I would like to have all of my holes covered so that it will not scare the children away. I am supposed to be a funny clown, giving away cheerness, joyfulness, and balloon sculptures, not the type of the clown that you found eating children and starring in those scary movies, right? We've covered our forehead, so now we have to cover our cheek, right? You see, my cheek is not smooth. It has a lot of holes from the pimples and aging. So what you do is take another inch, 1 more inch of this, like so. Take the plastic surface again and evenly distribute the liquid foundation onto our sponge, right, like so. And then, okay, firstly, in my case, this is the area where I got a lot of holes and pimple scars, so I'm going to start with that. By doing this, stretch my face. Okay, can you see that? It has holes there. That is what I need to hide it, okay, with this. So I have to press it stronger, like this. Okay. Okay, you can see the difference. The holes are almost gone. Not completely, but I try to do it my best. Like so. Alright, and once you have covered all of those holes, you proceed with the other areas so that you can see the liquid foundation has been applied evenly. See that? Oh yeah, one thing to be noticed and take note of is that you have to face the light, okay, so that you can see clearly when you apply your makeup on, okay. And also it is good for me to put the camera right there so that it faces me while the light is from behind of the camera, so that it won't give us just a silhouette of me doing this. Alright, so next we go for the next chick. You repeat the same thing, 1 inch long foundation like that. Please make sure that you apply the same quantity on both of your cheeks so that you will not show up like one cheek brighter than the other. Right? So make sure that you do exactly the same as what you did for the first cheek, which in my case was my right cheek, and now we go for the left one. Alright, now while I'm doing this, I would like to explain that I do not have the best clown makeup in Johor Bahru, okay, but I'm trying to get the best makeup that suits my skin and my condition of sweating a lot, even though in an air-conditioned shopping mall, because as I concentrate and focus on doing my balloon sculptures quickly and as fast as I can, so that I will reduce the length of my queue to make sure that the guest mostly receives my balloon, because that is my intention and that is my task and contract, to attract as much guests to the area that I was assigned to. In this case, it's going to be a Mid-Autumn Festival event where we got vendors selling mooncakes and goodies that got that has something to do with the mooncake festival, so that when they see me giving away balloons, their children would really want to queue up, because the balloons are free. I have been paid off by the shopping mall management, and what my task is to attract as many children as I can during my time that I am doing my show or gig, right? And by attracting children, at the same time they will bring their parents, and their parents will get attracted to, while waiting in the queue to get my balloons, they can glance at the vendors and sellers that sells their products all around me, and that is where I contribute my services to the shopping mall management. Okay, now I have evenly distributed and covered my face with the liquid foundation, and now it is time to put on my white, okay, Maron Clown white makeup. There you go. Right, so what I do is, firstly I will cover my eyes, because basically what I do is I cover both of my eyes and my mouth. That's it, you know. As I mentioned just now, I got distracted from my own stories. I do not have the best clown makeup in Johor, but there are a lot of other clowns, even newbies also. They really put their heart into it, and they have found their very beautiful clown makeup. They look marvelous, but they are not heavy sweaters like me. So in my case, I have to simplify the makeup on my face so that it will not like too overpowering me with a lot of these surfaces, and when I sweat, all of this sweat gets into my eyes, and I cry because I feel uncomfortable. So what I do is I cover my eyes firstly, since I've already used this makeup since 17 years ago. So but for you guys, what you do is, you see the corner of my eye here, you just about half an inch above, you mark it like so, and then on top here, in the straight line, you dab one mark here and dab one mark here at the corner of your eyebrow. So basically this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go straight up here, and then we're gonna straight up from the bottom marker to the top, and then from the top you curve it right until the end of my eyebrow, of your eyebrow too, and then from the corner of your eyebrow you make a curve back to the first marking here. So here we go. Okay, my brush is like, it's like flat. So what I do is, firstly I just position my brush, rather than this, I put it like so, and then I slide it up like so, until I meet and join to the top marker, and then from the top marker you make a curve right down until you reach the marker at the end of your eyebrow, like so, you see. And then rather than starting from the corner of your eyebrow back to the first marker, I prefer to start from the first marker, and then I just pull it like so. Okay, as you can see, I try to avoid this makeup as far as I can from my eye, because I used to have my white clown makeup in this position, right close until my eyelid here, but then when I sweat, it's going to be terrible. Your eyeball will hurt because it stings your eyes. So I try to put it as far as I can from my eye. Okay, now you got the basic outline of it, and then what you do is you pull the corner that the white clown makeup has been accumulated, pull it inwards, right, and then from the top down like this. Okay, take note of how I twist and turn my brush, because if I want to pull this down, I don't do it like that. I don't do it like flat. I do it like that. Okay, so that I can cover a lot of areas as fast as I can, because I do this. Clowns are not a very celebrity. When a celebrity goes to a shopping mall, they are given special rooms to put on their makeup, but for us clowns, mostly we have to put it on in our car, and to make ourselves comfortable and not sweaty, we have to switch on our aircon, which in turn we have to keep our engines running, and the longer you keep your engines on, the more fuel you use, and you will try our best to not pollute the environment, even though we have to by keeping the aircon on, keeping the engines on. But yeah, we can't win it all, right? Even for the celebrities that is called and invited to perform in a shopping mall, they too themselves has to get prepared and put on their makeup in an air-conditioned VIP rooms, which also is air-conditioned. I mean, everybody is trying their best to keep the environment healthy, but some things we can't avoid. Alright, like so, yeah, put your white clown makeup as evenly as you can. Don't worry about small smudges, because we are going to cover that with white blotting pad, right, later on. And before we go to the next eye, we take our toilet roll and then we fold it into a point like that, right? Make it stiff as you can, as stiff as you can, and then you can see some of the marking got smudged there. What you do is you use this toilet roll and then you wipe it off. You wipe it off like so. You see? Oops. Right. We turn on to another corner, because the area that touches that has been smudged already. I mean the toilet roll. There you go. So with a little bit help from your fingertips, okay, you got everything under control. So next we proceed to the next eye. Okay, as usual. Now just now I've shown you that I have that how I did it with markers, 3 points of markers, but now I'm going to show you how I do it without having to put on those markers, because I've been doing this for many years. So what I do is, evenly I take on the white maroon clown makeup, and then I start from the first marker, half an inch from the tip of the corner of my eye, and then go up, and then go down, meet up with the first line like so, right? And then from the top corner, make a curve until you meet the corner of your eyebrow. Basically your objective is to cover your eyebrow, because it is not documented, but what I know and realize about clowning is you try to make yourself look unhuman. Okay, unhuman doesn't mean that you have to be a beast or an animal, but to be a cartoon character or whimsical character that children will find entertaining and funny at the same time. Alright, so that is why you have to cover your eyebrows, because humans has eyebrows. Clowns supposed to not have them. Alright, cover them. Alright, now from my corner of my eyebrow, I have to from the tip of my eye, make a curve down here and meeting the corner of my eyebrow. Alright, make the outline. Okay, and as soon as you got your outline done, then you pull the balance of your white clown makeup all over your eyebrows and the skin of your eyes, like so. Right, try not to apply too much of this clown white makeup. Firstly, because it's not healthy to put makeup too thick on your skin. Please use as less as you can and as adequate as you can, because your skin need to breathe. It's not like you're gonna be there like 10 minutes for the photo shoot, but you have to be there 2 or 3 hours straight giving away balloons. And if you put too much makeup on, too thick of it, then you will feel uncomfortable and itchy, and that will affect your mood, and you will not be cheerful. And how do you expect to cheer up the guests if you yourself is not cheerful, affected by this uncomfortable condition, right? There you go. My eyebrow is done. Don't worry if you still can see your eyebrow, because later we are going to cover it with our white bloating pad from Silky Girl. Okay, right. Okay, now we are going to cover the corners and the outline of our lips to make us look smiley even though we are not. Alright, okay, firstly we're going to start with the tip of this is going to be, I cannot speak too much, because if I talk, my mouth will move and then it will affect my makeup. Alright, so I'm going to do this silently while you guys observe. Yeah, here we go. Okay, basically I've made myself an imaginary line between the corner of my nose and where I have my line from my cheek down here. Right? Can you see that? It's like from here to here, from here to here. Right? You see? That's the line there. You see? If I smile, that's a line there, right? So that is basically what I did. That is my imaginary line, like so, right? So, and then next we're going to outline the bottom of my lips like this. Like so. And then okay, you just measure about 10 millimeters or 1 centimeter from this white tip over here until down here, right? Maintain the line. Here we go. Like so, right? Can see? And then from here, maintain the 1 centimeter width and pull it down the whole bottom of your lip. There we go. And then we go for the bottom part here. We're going to make a semicircle from here, right there, and then down here, right? So let me show you using markers, because I've been not using this markers method for a long time, because I've already did it for 17 years, almost 2 decades now. It's in my mind already. Right, so what you do is when you use markers, okay, now the width of your nose is from here to here, so the semicircle should be from here to here, as wide as your nose. So here we go, down here, You go down and then you curve. You curve down until you meet the middle. Now, how do you see the middle? Okay, you can use the tip of your nose here, which is too far, but you can also use you see, the tip of your top lips here, down there. So you've reached the middle of the curve, and same goes to the other side, from the tip of your nose. Since I'm right-handed, difficult for me to go down here and meet the middle. So instead, I'm going to just start from the middle and up. While you are doing this, please take note of the first half of the curve, and then you just follow the curve, the degree, the angle. Okay, we're up. Needs a little adjustment. I got the angle wrong. There you go. And then you got the outline now. You just fill in the blank. There we go. And then right at this point, you make a curve that is opposite of the direction of the curve. This one is curving inside, so this one should be curving outside. So that you will have a natural line like so, right? Instead of sharp end like those. There you go. Right, next, we are almost there. Now, next we're going to go and cover our top of our lip by using the thickness of this brush. Okay, firstly you're gonna touch the top line of your lip from here. There we go. Now we're going to even up the top line, which I already did. Right, so now we're going to make a semicircle to cover the flatness of this line over here, like this. Let's see. Rather than having flat like that, or flat line like so, make a semicircle on the other side too. Okay, now it's even. The last step to finish up our white clown makeup is to make this part here curvy, like this. Make it natural, yeah. As you can see, this is ending sharp, but this one is curvy, which gives it a natural look. There you go. Now, before you put away your brush, make sure that you wipe it off with toilet tissue, kitchen roll, so that he will not have a balance of those white clown makeup on your brush as you keep it away until the next show. Now the final step is to put on your white blotting pad, as I've been using it as a base to put on the liquid makeup. That is why I have to brush it off with wet tissue. Alright, a part of the writing is gone, but I just show you. This is from Silky Girl No Sebum Blotting Pack. If you can, I hope that you can make up the writings there and then get it at a pharmacy or facial care centers. So what you do is you take up the sponge that they provide here, and then you just twist it a bit. Don't press too much, right? Because we don't want the white part to be too thick on the sponge itself. Okay, now we are going to start with our lips area. As you can see, it's smudging, right? It's uneven, but once you put this on like this, you can see that the white area has been distributedly evenly covered with this. Now this white liquid foundation and the white cloud makeup acts as a glue, so that when you put on your blotting pad, your white blotting pad, it acts like a glue and it sticks the powder to your face. You see? Because they are still in liquid form for about half an hour. That is why you have to put on your makeup as fast as you can, so that your blotting pad will stick to your face well by the help of those liquid white foundation and the white Mehron clown makeup. As you can see, the holes or the pimple scars on my face is now even more, is even more covered by this white powder. As you can see, less holes are showing up, and I have it looks as if I have a very smooth skin, which I do not. That is why they call it makeup, because that is what women do. They cover their flawed skin with makeup, so that they'll look much more beautiful than they actually are. And then down here, using your thumb, you slide it around your jawline, right, so that you have a sharp line, which enhance the appearance of your face from your body. Now when you come to the eye area, make sure that the powder doesn't go into your eyes, because it hurts and it stings, right? Don't go too near to your eyeballs, I mean, but still covering the whole of your forehead, and also the white clown makeup that you have applied onto your eye areas. And go to the top of your forehead, cover the white liquid foundation. Make sure that, okay, yeah, I know you will smudge your head, but later on you can clean up Oh yeah, as you can notice, I didn't cover my nose, but it's okay because I prefer my nose to be uncovered with anything, because I'm going to put on my clown nose. And throughout my show or my gig session, my nose, I have to keep it comfortable for me to breathe in and breathe out. That's it, we are done. As you've noticed, I didn't put any red markers or lines on my face, because I did it before when I started doing clowning, but I've stopped doing that because firstly it consumed a lot of time putting it on. And basically clowning is not all about makeup, it's all about your skills too, doing magic, balloon sculptures giveaway, and your cheerfulness and how you talk to the guests and entertain them, not only your makeup, right? So with that, right, lastly you just need to put on your nose, which in my case, so I did it myself. I bought this Harry Potter theme glasses, which doesn't have glasses actually, and by using cable ties, thin cable ties, I've put on this red nose, which I've adhered tissue paper inside, so that when I sweat, the tissue will contain and keep the sweat, and it will just dry away, right? So some holes I need to do it myself, like so, and then I need to just widen up the area that I breathe. And I just put it on together with my glasses, like so. You see? Now I am a clown. And yeah, from down here, which during the show time doesn't show much, but I have my nostrils all cleared for me to breathe in and out and comfortably doing my job as comfortable as I can throughout the 3-hour stretch. There we go. And when I need to wipe out my sweat, I just pull this off, and then I just wipe it, dab it with my faithful handkerchief, and then I put on my glasses together with my nose. And this also is a good advantage, so that I can just cheer up my guests just by doing this. Oh, not until it slips off your nose, but you know, you just flip your corner of your glass back here, and then your nose and glasses goes up and down. Just a simple trick to do, right? That's it, guys. How to put on a simple makeup if you are a heavy sweater and you have to perform as a clown. That's it. Thank you for joining me, and I hope this helps in a lot of you guys that will be starting clowning. Clowning is a very nice business, I can say, but a part of that, firstly, it's enjoyable to be a clown. It's the best job in the world. So that's it for today, and I hope that I can do some tutorials in the future for you guys. But before that, while waiting, see you again next time, and yeah, see you in the next video. Cheerio, and have a nice life.